Everything's a Coincidence episode 4. So today we have Love and Hip Hop's Apple Watts rushed to the hospital after severe car accident. Right. So just the basics, we always got to get the basics out the way. Apple Watts is currently 36 years old at the time that this is happening. She's 36 years old, right? Love and Hip Hop equals 36. I don't even know what I was trying to show in a second. Go to the next one. Okay, so the day that this happened, she was driving a black Mercedes on northbound I-15 between Los Angeles and Las Vegas when the accident occurred on Wednesday, 23rd of March, right? We also get 36 in the day that it happened. So like I said, man, these things, they happen on certain days for certain reasons. There's rituals behind it. It's all type of just occultic magic that these people are doing, right? So they're doing these things on certain days for certain reasons. I don't know what she did. I don't know if she said no to something. I don't know if she was supposed to be sacrificed. I'm not sure. But I do know that this is another coincidence in the book, by the numbers. Bear with me because it's refreshing my pages, so I don't know what I was trying to show you. But you got to pay attention to what they tell you in these publications, right? They use certain phrases, they use things for a reason. Just go to this one, right? So car accident. So she got into a car accident, right? Car accident and ritual, we get the same numerology. Now pay attention. This is reverse. This is forwards. So we're doing nothing but taking the English language forwards and backwards. Right? This is the regular English ordinal. Forwards. A is 1. Z is 26. Full reduction. Same concept, but it's only reducing the letters to single digits. Once you get to 10, J is 1 because 10, 1 plus 0 equals 1. And we're doing the exact same thing, but just opposite. Z is 1, A is 26. So what are the odds, right, that we take car accident and ritual and we get the same numerology, right? But let's continue. Right, Watts, her last name, which is Watts, and March 23rd, the day that it happened, we get the same numerology. Now, like I said, I'm using basic English Gematria for all of this. You really don't have to go too crazy and use all these different languages like Hebrew, Chaldean, and things like that, because this is Hollywood. This is the language that they use, right? So it's really not even necessary to even have to dig deep, because this shit is like face value at this point. So like I said, they're refreshing all my pages, so I forget what I was trying to point out to you, because usually I have these pages highlighted. I'm pretty sure that it was about Ford. Pretty sure the next one was about Ford. I'm not sure though. Or maybe LA, maybe Las Vegas. Yeah, I think that's what it was. It was Las Vegas. That's what I was trying to point out. So like I said, they said she crashed between Los Angeles and Las Vegas, right? So Nevada, we get the same numerology here than we did with Watts and March 23rd. Right, so we get the 34 here, and then Nevada equals 34 as well. Like even these states, it goes down. Everything is taken into account, right? Everything is taken into account. You have to go back before these words were even created, right? These words, they have a certain how should I say? These words were constructed a certain way for a reason. That's why certain things happen in certain states where there is murder numerology, like things that go in the mainstream headlines, like in Colorado when that man went into the Batman theater while they was playing Batman and shot up the theater, right? Colorado has murder numerology as well, right? They're 34 and they're 38. You don't believe me, right? Colorado, they're 38 and 43. The same numerology with killing, 3843. And hey, you want to know what's funny? You want to know what's funny? You take Lucifer, you get the same exact numerology as killing, right? So like I said, man, they do certain things in certain states for certain reasons because the numerology is behind it. These people are obsessed with numerology. So everything has to fit the script. And this is no different. Once again, they keep refreshing my shit, but I'm pretty sure the next one was about Ford, right? This F-250 pickup truck that she collided with. Pay attention that they know these specific details and they decide to tell you these specific details. It's a reason behind it, right? Ford equals 20, right? As does occult, Nevada, once again, the state that she went through, Las Vegas, and death, right? They all equal 20. That's not it though. If we take Ford and death, we get the same numerology, that 20 and that 25. So like I said, I don't know if this was meant to be a sacrifice. They said she's facing major injuries. They said she's facing major injuries. So we don't know if this was meant to be a sacrifice. I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe she didn't go along with something. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I can tell you that this happened by the numbers, right? Now, if we take 4 F-250, right, we get 9330. Right, we take her first name, which is Jontel. We go back, right, Jontel, her first name, her real first name, and it looks like a you know what, I ain't even gonna go there, but anywho, so we get 9330 for 4 F-250, right? The same numerology we get for Jontel, 9330. Pay attention to these ciphers, right? Backwards, once again. The same thing, forwards and backwards. So we got the reverse here and we have the forward here, right? Now, let's go a little deeper. Now I want to point out something about this 30 and this 42, right? Because this is very interesting that she has this numerology in her name, 30 and 42, because 30 and 42 have been linked to black people, right? We have Jontel, we have slavery, we have Malcolm X, and we have Martin, right? And we also have Tuskegee, as in the Tuskegee experiment. Remember when they were doing that study on about 400 black people that were illiterate? They took mostly black illiterate people, right? And they told them that they were running diagnostics on them and they were being treated for having bad blood, right? I didn't even look that up to see what that was, right? But everything these people do, even back then, it was by the numbers, right? Bad blood, we get that 44 for kill, right? Because if you know anything about the Tuskegee experiment, most of these people ended up dying, right? With bad blood, I want to see if anything else pops up for bad blood. Yeah, we just getting 44s. Okay, so let's go back to this Tuskegee experiment, right? So for those that don't know or might not have known, right, back in 1932 to 1972, in Tuskegee, Alabama, it was a syphilis experiment that was conducted, right? 400 African American sharecroppers were studied to observe the natural progression of untreated syphilis up to their eventual death by the disease, right? They were not informed of their diagnosis and were told that they were being treated for bad blood. They were also told if they participated in the study, they would be given free medical care, free transportation to the clinic, free meals, and free burial insurance in the case of death. So, right, they was patching it up, making it look real good for them. Subjects were also warned to avoid penicillin treatment, which was already in use with other patients nearby. So doctors recruited 399 black men, right? 399. If we take 399, we get 666. So it was a reason why I'm telling y'all, everything these folks do is by the numbers, right? They even say, so doctors recruit 399 black men supposedly infected with syphilis, right? Supposedly. We don't even know if these people were really had syphilis for real. to study the progress of the disease for the following 40 years. A control group of 201 healthy men was also studied to establish comparison. 201, right? 201. The Jesuit order, 201. 201, Order of the Illuminati, right? So let's look at let's look at the ending result of this experiment, right? In 1947, penicillin had become the treatment of choice for syphilis. Instead of treating the subjects of the study with penicillin and concluding it or establishing a control group to study the drug, the scientists in charge of the Tuskegee experiment hid the information on penicillin from the subjects in order to continue studying how the disease spread and eventually led to death. So these people died for this bullshit experiment, right? It became a bullshit experiment, right? Syphilis frequently led to a chronic painful disease and it eventually caused multiple organ failure. Before this finding, right? The study continued until 1972 when it was leaked to the press, thus bringing it to an end. By then, 28 of the 399 patients had died from syphilis and another 100 died from related medical complications. In addition, 40 patients' wives were infected and 19 children contracted the disease when being born. Right, so like I said, this is all connected to black people, right? 30 and 42. Slavery, Malcolm X, Martin, things like that, right? Even the N-word is 42 and 30, 30, 42. Same cipher, full reduction, reverse full reduction. Same cipher. Same cipher, full reduction, reverse full reduction. Using that same cipher. That's why in the hit show Martin, which is one of my favorite TV sitcoms to this day, right? Martin Payne lived in apartment number 42, right? Because like we just showed, Martin is equal 42 and it's linked with black people. Why do you think that February is Black History Month? It's because February equals 42 in Gematria, right? 28 people, they said 28 people. That sounds like the 28 days that's in February. I could be stretching it. That could be a stretch, but it just clicked when I thought about it, right? But it's no surprise that February is what they chose to be Black History Month, right? So let's continue, man. Once again, refreshing my pages. Love and Hip Hop. Okay, they said she was driving. I didn't even check her Instagram. I'm gonna check her Instagram after this. Where is it? They said she was driving a black Mercedes, right? A black Mercedes. If we take Mercedes and Love and Hip Hop, we get 63, 36, and 144. Now 144 is very important, but keep the 36 in Mercedes and the fact that the lady is 36 years old, right? So 144 is linked to Mark of the Beast, right? Jesuit order. This I'm telling y'all, if you hold on, let me zoom in. I'm telling y'all, this shit is crazy. Like the more that you look into this, the links that you start to see, it's like it's undeniable, right? Mark of the Beast, Jesuit order, President Biden. Look at this. And Belcalis Cephas, that's Cardi B's real name, right? That's Cardi B's real name, Belcalis Cephas, however you say it. I know I butchered the hell out that, but you get the point, right? Kobe Bean Bryant, right? That's, look, 81. This is why he scored 81 points in his 666th game, right? It was a hit. It was all for the Mark of the Beast in his 666th game. Y'all think I'm bullshitting? If you've been on my live, you already know this. You already know this information, but it could be somebody new that's watching this, right? Kobe scored 81 points on his 666th game. And he accumulated 66% of his team's points that night. Right? 66% of his team's total points. 666 game. This was for the mark of the beast. Right? Just look at the connections. It's undeniable. Right? 54, 54, 54, 72, 72, 81, 81, 81, 81. Right? 153. Then over here you got 135. Like, come on now. 234, 234, then 243. Like, come on, man. It's this shit is all, I'm telling y'all, bro, these people are picked at birth to play these roles that they play in society. Right? So let's go back to Apple Watts. It must be something about her birthday or something like that, right? Oh yeah. So if we take her birthday, which is May 16th, right? We take her birthday, which is May 16th, and we take the day that this happened, right? This car accident that she got in. It happened 54 days before her upcoming birthday, her 37th birthday, right? 54 days, right? We just seen what was 54. Even the day that this accident happened on equals 54. But most importantly, we got Jesuit Order and we got Mark of the Beast that equal 54, which we just seen the connections not too long ago, right? Just skip. Okay, now if we take LaFay, which is her middle name, Las Vegas, which was where she was driving from. They said she was going from Las Vegas, or they said she was going to California to Las Vegas or something like that. Whatever her commute was. Hold on. They say between, they was driving on North I-15 between Los Angeles and Las Vegas, right? Las Vegas. Apple, which was hers, like it's her stage name or whatever, and Baker, California, right? That's where they say she was rushed to the hospital after a car crash in Baker, California. So that's where the car crash happened, in Baker, California, right? I don't know why she was transferred to a nearby Nevada hospital. I don't know if it's like close to the border or something like that. It must be Baker, California must be out, but wouldn't it be like a hospital in Baker? I don't know. Anyway, the number 23, right? It's something about that number 23, right? Not only is 2 times 3 6, right? But a lot of events involved the number 23, and it was actually a movie that Jim Carrey starred in. I remember seeing this when I was young. It was called The Number 23, and it was basically, it was about Gematria, but it was more about the numerology. It wasn't about like the letters equaling the numbers. It was more of like he kept seeing the number 23 like reoccurring in his life, right? Like he's seen the connections everywhere, kind of like how I'm doing right now where I'm connecting all the dots. He was doing the same thing in the movie, but peep how they like they made his character turn crazy after seeing all these things, right? That's why you see all the writing on his face. This is how they portrayed his character, like going like too far and going into it and going like letting it take over his mind, right? Because this for some people it will drive you down that dark that rabbit hole. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes that rabbit hole is too deep for some people. You see what I'm saying? But they're trying to paint him as that crazy like conspiracy theorist that went off into the deep end, right? And it's crazy because Jim Carrey usually plays like a comedic role, and this time this was like a more of like a thriller, like a horror, type of movie, But continuing on, Michael Jordan also wore the number 23, and crazy about him, MJ in Gematria equals 23, like just like Michael Jordan, right? And just another connection, this could be a reach, but on the same day that Apple Watts got into a car accident, Apple, the company, launched their first driver's license and state ID in wallet with Arizona. So you can now have your driver's license and your state ID on your Apple Wallet on your phone. If y'all got an iPhone, you know that Apple Wallet where sometimes you store like your virtual credit cards. You can walk up to the little thing and scan your phone. Now they got it where your driver's license and your ID is now on your phone, right? So that they did that on the same day. Now keep in mind, right, this was the same day that this thing happened, right? But most importantly, right? Apple equals 23, right? And then this car crash happened on the 23rd, and Apple released this information on the 23rd, and Apple equals 23, right? The number 23. So yeah, like I said, man, this shit gets really deep. I really didn't mean for it to be that deep of a video, but once I seen the connections, I had to bring it to y'all attention. You see what I'm saying? Because that's gonna bring it home even more. Like, the more connections that I give you, the more like you're gonna be like, oh shit, like it's really, like this shit is really happening. Like I recommend you to watch this movie right here, and I'm probably gonna rewatch it because I haven't watched it since I was young. So, because it's a lot of things that's happened that involve the number 23. I can't think of it right now off the top of my head. I was trying to find the Illuminati card game. Matter of fact. So this is one of the videos that I dropped. Oh, wow, that's a handsome man right there. But anyway, this is a video I did a long time ago. The Illuminati card game, right? So this number 23 is one of the cards in the game, and this is the card that you need to win, basically. Play this card at any time that any player declares that they have won. That player has 1 minute to explain how their win relates to the number 23. So look at these connections for a second, right? I don't know if y'all can read this, but I'm gonna read it out loud just in case. So it says 23 is the most commonly cited prime number and the only prime number that consists of two consecutive prime numbers. 2 divided by 3 makes 0.666. 666 is the number of the beast. The Hiroshima bomb was dropped at 8:15 a.m. 8 plus 15 equals 23. Charles Darwin's Origin of Species, I'm not sure what that say, was published in 1859. 1 plus 8 plus 5 plus 9 equals 23. The September 11th attack, 9 plus 11 plus 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 1, you know, that 2001 equals 23. Julius Caesar was stabbed 23 times. The nuclei of cells in human bodies have 23 chromosomes. Kurt Cobain was born in 1963 and died in 1994. Both years add up to 23. The Knights Templar has 23 Grand Masters. Let me do a couple more. It's a lot more. Let's see. The pattern of DNA shows irregular connections at every 23rd section. Humans have 23 vertebrae running down the main part of their spines. Blood circulates the body on an average of every 23 seconds. Now this is the Illuminati card game that they put out in 1994. There are exactly 23 characters, numbers, and letters on the face of all US coins. So this is like the importance to them of the number 23. So like I said, I'm gonna watch that video again. I'm gonna watch that video again. I recommend y'all watch it too. But that's all we got for today. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Appreciate all the love, all the support. I'm out.